Hey folks, it's Trisha Cunningham and I'm coming to you live from my kitchen here in Western Pennsylvania. And I just want to share with you, I'm making something for the first time. I've never made this before. So we're going to see how it comes out. And I'm reading some of these recipes, and I've had lamb before in the past when I've eaten gyros and stuff like that, but I've never made it myself. So what I did is I picked up a couple, because it's only Shauna and I, some shoulder lamb chops, and they're supposed to be a little bit tougher, but I found these to be a little bit more marbled, so that when you cook them, that fat's going to get all through them and all the juices, which is going to be great. Another thing that I'm going to use as a hack is watermelon jelly instead of the Chardonnay, or I'm sorry, the red wine that was called for in the recipe. And instead of salt and pepper, such a total plug, Hickey Bottom barbecue rub. Low sodium, great flavor. Don't have to add anything else. You know, it calls for salt and pepper. That's too boring for me. And of course, we're going to do our little mini potatoes. I'm going to use a pomegranate, another thing that I've never worked with before, other than eating it when I was out. But I'm going to kind of use this as a dessert. I'll show you that later. And putting it together, and then I'm going to make a mint sauce with mint, dill, and cucumber on top of it, which is going to be a lot of fun. But the real reason that I'm coming to you tonight is I want to share with you my internet and my email have exploded. I've taken a little bit of a path off of the weight loss journey. Of course, I gained a lot of weight during the campaign. I'm a stressful eater. I don't know about you, but I'm either going to go either way. I'm either not going to eat or I'm going to eat a lot. And for some reason, I ate a lot during that campaign, and it was kind of whack job. You know, I really didn't care. It was stressful. Just lost my mom. You want to talk about going into a psychologist room, and they give you this detailed point, 1 through 10, if you suffered any of this in the last year, and I could check off all 10. So just high stress levels. And the funny thing, I joke about it all the time, but I wrote my book back in 2005 to 2006. It was published at the end of 2006 into 2007. And I always joked around about gaining 10 pounds while writing a diet book. So I don't want to give anybody a free pass. You could be 300 pounds and feel good about yourself. I never would take that away from anybody. And it's kind of hard when I walk up to somebody for the first time, or I talk to them and say, I'm a weight loss coach, or, I lost all of this weight, and people just look at me and say, first thing out of their mouth, I need to lose some weight. You could say that to me all day long. You could buy my book. You could buy any book out there. You could do any program out there. But unless you take that first step to becoming a happier, healthier new you, it's not going to happen. I'll never, ever forget one of my clients, and I have coached thousands of people over the years, mainly on the internet, hundreds in person. And in fact, 2002 is when I really started working with folks. And I still hear from them, which is awesome. A lot of them, 90% of them have kept that weight off, which is awesome. Just incredible, and I love it. And I have so much more energy. I'm not getting out of politics. I don't want anybody to fear on that, because everything that happens to us around these people that we hire when we vote for them affects our lives. So it's going to be a very stressful next 6 months, I think, in the presidency, what's going on, Congress, whatever side you're on. It's just going to be a really stressful next 6 months. I really, really think that. But in the meantime, forget about those New Year's resolutions, because 80% of the people that made them on, December 31st fell off the wagon by now already. It's Friday. You're going into Friday. So what I do on my website, on my group, weekend warrior tips. So how to get you through Friday. So now the holidays are over. We have Valentine's Day to look forward to, which is a lot of fun, a lot of chocolate. I got some really good videos for that. But it's really fun. Okay. So Friday, we've got high stressors. The week's over. You're going out with your friends after work. You might be going out to dinner. You might be going on your first date after the new year. Kids are home over the weekend after, being off for so long. They're home for the weekend. It might just be you. You might be lonely. So there's a lot of high stressors that could happen over the weekend. And I give you some really great tips on how to get through those times. And I do it from myself personally and from other people that I have seen and worked with over the years and what they've done. So it's not me. I don't know it all. And I'm always looking for suggestions. So don't think that I feel like I know it all, because I don't. However, I do know this. I can help anybody that's out there that wants to help themselves. I can be an inspiration, but that motivation has to come from within, and we can flip that switch on together. So whether you want to lose weight, you need help in your career, your children, what have you, I want to be that person right next to you. I want to be that wing person and help you through. Old, young, male, female, it doesn't matter. I've worked with everybody. I've even worked with a brittle diabetic, which is one thing. It's an erratic diabetes, and the blood sugars are all over the place. Now, I didn't do it on my own. Of course, there was a doctor and an in-house nutritionist along the way. I just helped coach her. And she lost a significant amount of weight, which is really great. She's kept it off all these years. She's still alive, which is awesome. My husband is a diabetic, and he has a pretty severe case of it. So I've had to fluctuate with his too as well. There's a lot of diabetics out there that have to eat a lot of carbs, and then there's others that can't. So I have worked with both ends of the spectrum, type 1, type 2. There's even a type 3, which my husband has, where his pancreas was injured, and that's how he ended up being a diabetic. So I've worked with a lot of different people, and like I said, old, young, children, high school, grade school, what have you. Sean's trying to peek in on me. He's getting hungry, so this is going to take a little while. But anyhow, long story short, I just want to reiterate, I want to help you. I already surpassed my 20 people that I had shared with you yesterday that I wanted to work with, but I can do more. We've got them all set up. We're ready to go, and I can take on some more folks personally. So what does that entail? That entails me working with you over the internet and the phone. You're going to do a phone consultation. And if you don't have time for that, we do it straight over the internet. I'm going to find out where you're at, where your goals are. We're going to do a game plan together. And then I'm going to help you along the way, no matter what it is. It could be weight loss. It could be career. It could be what have you. Predominantly, I'm going to work with weight loss right now because this is the time of year. And a lot of that goes into what you're going to be doing in the next 6 months. I always want to work with somebody for the first 3 months. It's the same day, 90 days probation period when you start work. It always takes you 90 days to get acclimated in a new home. It's a 90-day stress period. So those 90 days, we're going to build a relationship. We're going to find out what works for you and what doesn't. I had a lady years ago. I'll never forget this. I'm going to go back to that. She called me up one week. She didn't lose any weight. She was mad. She got the book, didn't lose any weight. Next week, I asked her what she had eaten for the last 3 days. That's a big thing. Keep a journal. It might seem a little tedious, but at the end of the day, if you hit a plateau or something happens, I want to know how I can help you get over that. And it depends on what you've eaten. So anyhow, so she calls me up the second week, doesn't lose any weight. And I asked her, I said, did you open the book? And she said, yes. I said, what have you eaten in the last 3 days? She hadn't written it down. So I told her to do that over the weekend. By the third week, she called me up and she said, Tricia, I still haven't lost any weight. This book doesn't work. This diet doesn't work. And I said, sweetheart, you can't just get the book, hold it in your hand, walk over to the mirror and expect to lose that 30 pounds. You have to implement it. You have to do it. And that's my job, is to get you going and get you motivated and keep you on track. So just think about that. So not to be a plug, and you can still just get on the internet and get on the website and have the recipes and the tips and all that kind of fun stuff. It's just a little added bonus to kind of help you along the way. So you'll get 3 months of coaching from me, unlimited emails, and I answer right away. Get me at 3 o'clock in the morning. You're not going to get me back until about 5. So I'm just letting you know I do sleep. I try to a little bit anyhow. We're going to do an additional consultation where we're going to find out a little bit of your medical history just to find out where we're at so I can give you a personalized plan. So you're going to have something that's personalized for you. You're going to know how many proteins, how many this, how many that. I'm going to educate you on all that. Remember, motivation, education, skill building, and support. So just going to give you a whole mess. And then you're going to have 3 months of coaching there. And then an entire year on my Reverse Diet Club, which is awesome. And it is a spectrum from weight loss all the way to relationships and parenting. So there's a lot of different forums, a lot of different things that you can get on there. But I'm always on there. So you'll have me. Personally, I'm also going to be doing Chew on This is coming back too as well. We're working on that. It's going to be a podcast, so it's going to be on the internet. You can listen to it on your phone. You can listen to it on the computer anytime. If the time and date that we have it going on live is not good for you, you're still going to be able to check it out. So anyhow, I love you guys very much. And I'm going to post pictures here later on of the finished product. The meal. I'm also making a 16 bean soup as well. It's kind of simmering in here. You really can't see it, but I'm going to make that as a side too as well. But let's see how Sean likes it too. God bless you all. I want to say hi to everybody. I know there's a whole bunch of y'all coming up on there. I'm waving to you. There's Joan. I love you. Hi, Sue. Hi, Sam. I see you, Joan. So I just want to share one more thing. We have tons of new things, products that are coming out this year that I've been talking to some of the owners of the companies, new products. I'm going to be introducing those on my website too as well. If you're interested in sponsoring or advertising on my site or on Chew on This, because that's going to be huge. It was huge before. It's going to be even bigger now because we're going to go outside of this area. It's going to be worldwide, which is going to be a lot of fun. So that's going to be politics to cheeseburgers and everything in between. So we're no holds bar, and we're going to have some great guests that are going to be on there. I've already gotten a few phone calls of some folks that want to come on, some big names, huge names, and we're looking forward to it. Sorry it's so long. I'm just really excited. I've been working so hard on the back end of this just to bring this back and to come back out fighting for you, fighting for better health. One thing I do want to leave you with is there's something that I've always been very, very adamant about. When a person comes to me and says, it's genetic. It's genetic. That's the reason why I'm overweight or why I'm this. I disagree with that. I will take somebody to the mat on that one. I truly believe it's something that I refer to as secondhand obesity. And what that means is grandma fed your mom. Mom fed you, taught you how to cook, and then you're teaching your children. I thank God that I broke that chain because obesity was a problem in my family. On my dad's side still is. And that's where it comes from. It's how you've been taught. That's your skill building. And it's really cool that even my children, when they had their babies, they knew how to get back on track as soon as they came off, or while they were pregnant, not to gain 100 pounds when they were doing it. They had that education in their head, which was really awesome. And then, of course, they're teaching their children how to eat and how to cook. And you see all that stuff in the summertime. So I am just going to go back to cooking my husband his wonderful meal tonight. Please wish me luck, because lamb is something that's a little hard that I found, and probably what deterred me from really going after it is because it's a tougher meat. You have to cook it at a certain temperature for a certain length of time or you're going to destroy it, from what I've heard. I don't know. I'll let you all know though later. God bless you all. God bless our president, and God bless America.